Because I love snakes, you'd probably think that would be the species, but the animal that really came to mind was elephants. Some of my best and worst moments in my life have been with elephants. I remember the first time I saw an elephant, and it was actually in one of the pieces from this show, a little teaser from a series I did on Disney a long time ago called Going Wild. We were in Africa filming baboons. My crew was in a berm about 200 yards away. I was as close as I could safely safely get without them moving off, and watching these baboons, when suddenly we heard a noise bellowing from this tree line behind us. That tree line then exploded, and out charging towards me was an African elephant. I reminded myself that elephants, when their ears are out, as you probably know, as you're dealing with any situation in the streets of New Jersey, if an elephant is coming at you with its ears out, it's probably a bluff. Your instinct is to run. But that's really how you die. It's like running from a dog. Your dog comes at you and you run away from that dog. You've just instincted the bully response. So I see this elephant coming at me, and I'm doing everything I can not to fill my underwear as this thing is getting closer and closer. And I yell to my crew, I say, guys, I think this is a bluff. Hold your ground. And the elephant stops like this. And suddenly he plows forward, and I just kind of go, mother, waiting to get about 30 feet of intestines in those shorts. And suddenly I feel this whish of wind, and I look up, and the elephant is charging towards my crew, who is literally running away from the elephant. And I'm like, see guys, that's what happens. You don't run from elephants. And they're like, right. And they got in the truck and drove away and left me there. And the elephant is chasing them in their Range Rover, or whatever they had. And I'm watching this happen, and I'm thinking, you know, these guys are looking in their rearview mirror. Is that object closer than it actually appears? And I sit and take stock of the situation, and I see those really shy baboons aren't so shy as they're sort of looking at me like, you're not so tough now, naked ape. And I just kind of hid in the woods, reflecting on the fact that 2 nights before, someone in our field camp was actually eaten by a lion, which didn't make the TV show.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm hanging out there, and then I hear the vehicle come back, and I hear this sort of nervous, sort of calming, sort of like talk someone off a ledge, voice coming from a park ranger who just says, Jeff, don't move. I'm like, well, that's not good. And all of a sudden, I see 2 tusks come against the tree that I was hiding against, and begins to push the tree as the trunk is sniffing me. I then dart to another tree, and eventually, that elephant lost interest, and I dashed back. There was my cameraman. I'm furious. I'm like, I can't believe you left me there to die. And he goes, but you didn't. I'm like, but I could have. And I'm like, well, did you roll on it? He said, yeah, I did. So we went back and popped a couple of tuskers and put this big thing with like a black Bible in this machine and pressed play. And there you see me in the woods. You see the baboons scatter off. You see something gray, and then you see some guy's big boots, and then you see a rosary bead hanging from a mirror. And that was my first elephant moment.